direction. So,
how about tell us about what's happening tonight?
What's happening tonight? Well, Patrick's probably a better person to ask what's happening tonight. Where is he?
He's out on the street.
Oh, he's out on the street. Tonight, I'm going to talk for about 20 minutes and then do, half an hour, 45 minutes of Q&A. And the mayor's going to be there and
For a short bit, yeah.
for a little bit. And
so it's just an opportunity for, you had to buy a ticket ahead of time to come, and it's over at the Masonic Lodge.
And he's going to support.
Yeah, and it's going.
it's
support programs.
yeah, go ahead, Tom.
It's going to support the Hollywood Farmers Market as well as what's the other one, Biz? Yeah, NICFA, which is
The National Independent Consumers and Farmers Association.
Yeah.
See,
which he was a part of.
Yeah, which I was a founding person of. What this is, in case you're not aware of it, is our movement, and I'm using that kind of loosely, our movement, the whole farmers market, local food, artisanal heritage food, the whole non-industrial, actually people learning how to use their kitchens instead of just how to spend money remodeling them so they get richer instead of living. No culture has ever spent more money on kitchen gadgets and remodeling their kitchens and been no loss as to where they are. And so, what we represent is a huge cultural shift. And what's happening is, as we take market share, as farmers like us take market share away from Tyson, and as little places like this taking market share from Cargill, and as your lawn takes market share from whatever, Walmart or whatever the big supermarket is, okay, what happens is that there's a backlash. For every action there's equal and opposite reaction, and so a lot of these big corporate entities are not happy to see the kind of independent spirit and the true security that you and I have when our larder is full of non-SKU numbered, non-barcoded, self-made material, all right, laid up for a rainy day, which of course was normal in civilizational culture for a long time until extremely recent times. And so, there is a backlash, and so this National Independent Consumers and Farmers Association is a national lobby organization to lobby on behalf of this movement, which is coming under more and more pressure. Probably, some of you may have heard of the new Food Modernization Act of 2009, House Bill 2749, and I won't bore you to tears. I'm going to tell you one provision which is enough. Well, actually, two things. People say, should I be for this or against it? What should I think? You know what? All you need to know is one thing. Monsanto is for it. So, a lot of times, because, the fact is, we don't have time to read them either. I mean, the politicians don't read the bills. I don't have time to read the bills. We've got time to strain through 1,000 pages of this stuff, okay? I think the Romans were right in their early days when they said, the stronger a society, the fewer laws it has. It only took God 10. So, anyway, all I need to know is who's lining up in favor, and if they're not friendly to me, then I'm opposed to it. I don't have to read the bill. So that's one way to know. But the other thing, that saves you a lot of time, trying to, am I going to be for this? I don't know, Hey, it's a lot easier just to look at who the friends are and know. But the other thing, the provision that I think that really puts it in perspective is that one of the provisions is that the Food and Drug Administration, not the U.S. but the Food and Drug Administration, U.S. The FDA has been given the authority in this bill to come on any farm in America to do a warrantless search to ascertain if any practice is being used that is considered not science-based. Well, you know what science-based is. I mean, science-based is mandatory infant vaccination. Science-based is concentrated animal feeding operations. Science-based is mandatory drugs and pharmaceuticals and petroleum-grown food, so you don't have the worms and the germs in a compost pile. Science-based is irradiation. Science-based is genetic modifications. Are you with me? Science-based is whatever Monsanto says it is, because they're scientists. I mean, if you came on our farm right now, culturally, there's nothing we do on our farm that's science-based. What? You know, you mean you let the chickens run around and commiserate with red-winged blackbirds and mockingbirds and take your diseases to the science-based Tyson chicken house and jeopardize the entire planet's food supply? That's why we're considered bioterrorists by the industry. So NICFA and an Oregon affiliate are rising up to defend our freedoms and our liberties to be able to continue growing tomatoes in compost piles, to be able to have chickens that are, you know, in a chicken friendly environment, those kinds of things. Other questions? Anything? Yes.
With your broilers, do you hatch all your own eggs, and how many roosters do you have?
No, we buy our chicks from a hatchery because we get them in batches of 3,000 to 4,000. And to get that many chicks at one time would take a pile of breeder. It becomes a tail that wags the dog. I'm not a believer in independence to the point of being so independent that you actually become inefficient because you're doing things that you don't well do. I'm a believer in mutual interdependence, and so I have no problem in collaborative businesses arrangements for people to do some of the things that they do very well. The industrial food system has taken that to an extreme, to where a chicken farm can't have a cow on it or whatever, you know. So I mean, there's a balance there too. But I like the interdependence. So there are hatcheries that hatch for a lot of farmers and makes distribution easier, cheaper, that sort of thing. And I mean, one of the joy of seeing what's going on right here with the Urban Farm Store is that you can take, how many chicks did you say you've sold in the last 6 months? 1,000?
3,000.
3,000 chicks? Everybody hear that? I think the guy needs a hand. That's wonderful. That's 3,000 chickens that just got put in people's freezers and fed people that didn't have to go in a battery cage in a confinement industrial chicken house. Those have been liberated chickens. And that's an exciting thing.
And bringing much better health to the person.
Yeah,
eating it.
and yes, bringing much better health to the person eating it. And so the Urban Farm Store is part of this collaborative network that, see, you can't order 5 chickens from a hatchery, they can't ship them in 5s. But the Urban Farm Store can get them 25, which is the smallest number they'll ship normally. 25 at a time, have them here so you can come in and get your 5. In fact, you can get 2 of these and 1 of this if you want. And so that's part of this interdependence. So I'm not all about doing things so much to myself that I actually lose my shirt because I'm doing things that are inefficient or I'm not good at. But as a community, we can come together in interdependence. And it's a whole different ball game when it's a community like this working interdependently compared to the interdependence that we have with so much of our food sitting for a month in the belly of a Chinese merchant marine waiting to be unloaded at a dock. That's a different kind of interdependence. Again, there's a balance there as well. You can go overboard on either one of these.